Hi guys. So back in early 2020, I was at a restaurant in Houston, Texas, and sitting right behind me in my seat at the end of the table was this old console radio. It didn't work. It was dirty, dusty, certainly fit the vibe of the barbecue place. And I thought, what a cool piece of furniture and what a cool prop to have in the restaurant. But I also thought, you know, if I had one of those, I think I'd want to make it a smart speaker. So I sort of stuck with me, and then not that much longer after that, I stumbled across one on Craigslist. So I bought one. I bought an American Bosch that I bought in South Pasadena from an estate sale, and I set to work planning what I was going to do with that. And essentially what I wanted to do was, first of all, turn it into something that looked like a jukebox. It had flashing lights, or at least moving lights, had a smart speaker so it could play what you told it to play. And I thought, instead of having the speaker in there and the sound appear to be coming from the old speaker, that I could do something with that to make the flashing light bars on the sides and also make it a wine rack. So I set out to do that, and I did the drawings and began refinishing the old radio. So I really hope you like this little journey. This is the first radio I've done. I've got another project that I'm working on now, and I'll go over, but I wanted to go back to review the first one I did and talk about what my philosophy was, why I did what I did, and show you the process. So I really hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe if you like the channel. Ask me any questions in the comments, and don't forget to hit like, smash that button for me. Thanks. Once we replaced the veneer that was peeling and cracked off, and we patched that veneer in, I didn't want to re-veneer the whole thing. I wanted to keep a lot of it original, as much as I could. So I created uniform sized strips and replaced it with that. And we glued those on with veneer glue. And while it was being stained, I went and took the original dial apart and cleaned up the glass and cleaned up the dial itself so that it would glow with the lights shining through it and look new again, and not the dusty, dirty dial that came with the radio. And I think that really turned out well. With everything removed from the cabinet and the veneer glued down and the entire cabinet sanded, then we applied a coat of stain to match the original color. I found some scrap wood, and I cut that wood. I drilled holes in it to hold the wine bottles, and then cut the two pieces of wood right down the middle so that I would have two racks for holding the wine bottles. Then I created a rack around that and installed it inside the cabinet, just to fit inside the cabinet, so that the sides were covered by the plastic diffuser, but the wine bottles are exposed. And when the light's on, you see the light coming through, and it lights up the wine bottles. And I think it really gives a great effect. Let me know what you think in the comments. I had removed the chassis and the speaker. I plugged in the chassis, plugged the speaker in, and I tested the tuner just to make sure that everything was working properly before I bolted it back in. Finally, after everything was together, a good coat of brie wax all around the outside of the cabinet really made it come together. It gives it that warm wood glow with the grain showing through, and really happy with the results. An echo dot was installed on the interior wall. It is voice controlled, so rarely do you need to reach inside the cabinet to do anything. I did install a small power strip inside so that I could plug the echo and plug in the lights, the LED strip lights that are in the inside of the cabinet in, and any other devices that I want to plug in later. Except for a few holes that were drilled in the inside of the cabinet in order to install the wine rack and the smart speaker, nothing has really changed in the cabinet. The entire cabinet is still complete. The speaker is complete. It's just outside of the cabinet. Its mounting board is there. Its grill is intact, and the chassis works.